Hey everyone, Steve here from Handy Freight. We are introducing a new truck. It's a 2014 386 Peterbilt with the big old pack car engine. And got into a little job today. In fact, we're just unboxing. We have a full tilt ceramic manifold that we're installing, and I've got it all tore apart. We just unboxed the manifold. Still in the box, but we're gonna get it out. We've had this truck for a couple of weeks, and there's a few little things I wanted to do to it before we put it on the road. This truck has been sitting for 3 years. And that's a long time. So it's had 17,000 miles put on it since July of 18. And the reason I know that is because the engine was rebuilt, and PACCAR in Buffalo, New York had done all the engine work, and I got the maintenance records for it. So 3 years it's been sitting, but there's only 480,000 miles on it, which is pretty good for an 18 or a 14. Pretty blue. And I've decided to sell Jelly Bean, the 2015 Kenworth T680. That's been a heck of a truck. Been really nice, comfortable. It's up to about 740,000 miles now. So it's still, it's never had any engine work done. I don't know what happened to this one. I guess they had oil in the water in the oil, so the head gasket went, and then they found a cracked head or something, I don't know. And then there's something had messed up back in 16 where they had to replace the block. So everything should be new, but when the truck sits for 3 years, there's always lots of work to do to it. This truck had I'm seeing a lot of rust underneath because it's been sitting. The transmission is kind of bright orange with rust, and we're replacing. My son Alex he took the pinion seal apart last night, and it was totally rusted out. And I've never seen them. I've seen them leak, and you have to replace them. But when we bought this truck in South Dakota, and because it's been sitting for 3 years, I thought, well, we got a little bit of a wheel seal or a pinion seal leak. But when we took it apart, you can see how badly rusted that is. So it must have gotten a big dose of the stuff they put on the road, calcium chloride or something. I don't know. They spray it on the road. It must have got a good dose of it, and then they parked it for 3 years, and it's just been eating away at the paint. It's the only thing I can think of. But it's not that bad. The truck itself is pretty clean, pretty nice. So, I don't know, what else do we need to talk about, Carter?
We also have chicken lights for it.
Oh yeah, we got some chicken lights. Oh, the visor will be here in a couple of days. We're fixing it up a little bit. I don't know if we're gonna put the 8-inch or 7-inch stacks on it, maybe. I kind of like the, with these trucks you can put the grass burner, because the stacks that are on it now look pretty heavy, all that supporting steel. We don't need extra weight. Well, Carter's going to reinstall that wheel seal, and I'm going to get back to work putting that manifold on, new thermostats, and check the turbo out. Everything seems good. So we're just gonna put it back together. We'll check in with you in a little bit.
Hey, Carter here with Handy Freight, and today we're replacing the rear pinion seal on a 2013 Peterbilt. So I'll go ahead and get the camera set up and I'll show you how to do that. Alright, so I'm down underneath the truck now. My brother started this job, but he's busy now, so I'm finishing it. So we got our rear main, or our seal. So that's just gonna go in like that. And they make a special tool for it, but we just have this thing. Then you're gonna take a small rubber hammer. You're gonna want to make sure you get that seal centered. We just kind of want to slowly tap it in, making sure you got it centered and whatnot. Alright. Got the other parts, the half of the U-joint. Got all nice and cleaned up. So when you're putting on the U-joints, you want them to be somewhat lined up. So I have mine off to the side here. Right there's the drive shaft all hung up right here. And you want it so it lines up with that. So in my case, it's gonna be somewhere around there. Alright, we got the yoke put on. We had to whack it in with the hammer. So now it's time for your big nut. Oh. But first, you're gonna put some Loctite on it so it doesn't go anywhere. I got my Loctite open now. There you go, put on your big nut. You do not want to cross thread this one. You're gonna take your Milwaukee Impact.
Oh, wrong way.
Keep going.
A little bit more. Good.
Alright, put on the drive shaft.
Yeah, you hold it and I'll stick the cable on. You drop something on your nuts.
Please no.
You hold it?
Yeah. That'd make pretty good content.
Bring it over.
Where's this piece gotta be?
Okay, don't make sure these are caps. You don't want those to fall off. So we'll go ahead.
Go ahead.
Push the drive shaft towards the cab. Push up on it a little bit. That's better. Yoke is not in the saddle. Tap it with your hammer. Tap the yoke. No.
This?
Tap right here.
Yeah, that's where I tapped before.
Right here.
Oh, like that?
Yeah. Going in place. Alright.
Yeah, rust fell in my ear. Does it go in more?
I think it does, yeah. Try tapping up on it. And then you put the covers back on.
You want me to re-put Loctite on these?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, you see this red stuff?
whatever stuff you want.
Well, I got the red stuff down here. Alright, so once you get your rod caps on off your drive shaft, that's the job done.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Welcome back to Handy Freight. Take a look at the, we just installed the full tilt ceramic manifold. The reason we go to all the work to put that on is because it spools the turbo up better. It cools your exhaust down by, I don't know, they say 100 degrees. I've used them on Caterpillars and they work really good. They're more efficient. They don't leak. So anyway, we put that on, but upon closer inspection of the turbo, we decided that, well, you can take a look. I had two of the bolts were seized and I couldn't get them off, so I had to drill it out, and it still wouldn't release that one bolt. I had to beat it with a hammer to get it off, and it's pretty much junk. But the turbo itself, inside here the bearings are, you know, they're pretty tight. It spins good. We drove 300 miles bobtailing with this truck to get it home and didn't throw any codes. It was working okay. But the actuator's making a noise. The turbo sleeve, as it slides in and out. Yeah, it's okay maybe. It's pretty rusty in here. There's a lot of rust. Like I say, I've been sitting for 3 years. You look at that bolt, that's probably about to snap. So over here, I have a spare engine. This is one I picked up at the salvage yard, but you know, that turbo is $6,500. And I took the actuator off this one. That is so much nicer. This turbo I don't think is very old. It still has just a little bit of grease on the thing. I bet you this is probably less than 100,000 miles on that turbo. I know the EGR valve is new. This piping looks pretty new. So I'm gonna take the turbo off of this one and put it on this truck. Might as well do it now while I got it all apart, rather than get down to Florida and have to get a tow truck or some damn thing. So we're gonna go ahead and swap it out. Did you just burp? I'm pretty sure you did. Another thing I've done is where this engine's been sitting for a while, I decided to replace the thermostats. So you just take it off. I clean the surface off. Thermostat just drops in like that. There's a little seal down in here. Just a little metal seal. The old ones seem to be okay. Like I say, this engine was, they just put a new head on it. And there's a new seal. I'm going to save those. There's nothing wrong with the old ones. There's only 17,000 miles on that engine since they put the head on. And the block was new in 2016, so everything's in pretty good condition. Just the outside is really rusty. But I decided to go ahead and replace the thermostats just in case. And that's it for now. We'll be back.